What is going on out there, everybody? Welcome to the Fifth Down. This is a weekly show that a friend of mine, William McKenzie, do, where we get on here and we talk sports. It's supposed to be half an hour down and dirty. Sort of think of PTI. We usually do this in our sports group, but last week, William McKenzie went on his page and did it, so I'm going to do it on my page this weekend. This weekend, this week. And right now, I'm paying homage to my guy Michael Jordan, the GOAT, who's under attack by that old petty old Scottie Pippen, and he can't seem to get out his feelings and always got something to say about something. Hey man, accept it. It was what it was. Now, before we get into it, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't even see no issue with the last dance. So what MJ said, Scottie Pippen said it himself. Did nobody tell you to not go in the game? Did nobody tell you to admit that you didn't want to mess up your summer, and put off your back surgery? You did all that yourself, man. So don't be mad at the GOAT for doggone stating the obvious. That's your fault, Pip. Now you just go ahead and accept it. This looks like nothing more than a money grab and Pippen being Pippen. So it's Scottie Pippen. I roll with the GOAT on this. What's going on, Matt?
Man, what's good, Pete? Oh,
I don't
that's
know,
a
man.
man. Hey, I'm a
Holding my official Eric Hosmer signed bat that I got when I spent the day with the Royals in spring training some years ago. And Eric Hosmer, I was in the batting cages taking a little BP, and they was getting ready for a game. So Hosmer was like, "Hey man, you mind if I jump in there?" I was like, "Of course not. After all, you are the pro." So after he took his BP, he signed a bat and gave it to me. Real cool dude, man.
man, that's good
That's
stuff
another
right
story
there.
because that day of spring training was like real cool. So I was just letting the people know, we do this every week. You did it on your page, so now
Yep.
I'll do it on mine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do 8 topics, 3 minutes per topic. Um, we alternate asking questions. Like I said, it's sort of like a PTI feel to it. All right. So this is my guy William McKenzie. I've been knowing for a long time. We coached together in Lake and Heath, and he just a solid dude. Even though sometimes he has like a stud haircut, but that's another story for another time. So we gonna get right into it.
Damn, Pete,
So
that's what we're gonna do tonight. We just gonna go in over it like that. All right, I appreciate that.
yeah, and I'm also gonna remind everybody that not only did you lose in college football, but you also lost in our head-to-head fantasy matchup in a 2 QB league where I could have won with 1 QB because last week you were selling wolf tickets for no reason.
Hey
I
man,
wasn't bothering nobody.
I think we just went up 3-0. Let's go. Boy, put that one on the train tracks, P. Let's go.
All right,
Hey, it
so
means nothing. It means nothing. We was up
all
four
right,
nothing the other night.
exactly. All right, here's the first question. Then, on a scale from 1 to 10, how are you? How concerned are you with the Braves having to go back now and win this game?
Obviously, right now I'm a little bit more confident because we up 3-0, and obviously,
I see
we
you,
had
Coach
these.
Grace.
And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we obviously had the same conversation a couple of last week when we were talking about it, and I think we went up like 1-0 during the show or whatever. But I am slightly concerned. I probably put myself at about a 5-6. And the reason it's not higher, obviously, man, we have, tricked away a 3-1 lead. Not in the World Series in my lifetime. We have blown 3-2 series leads. We've blown 2-0 series leads in the World Series. But I think now, man, like I say, we got Freed pitching tonight, who is supposed to be the ace of the staff. He got roughed up the last 2 times, but I think he's a little angry or upset from that call in the first when what's his name, not Altuve, the guy behind him, got on when he was actually out, didn't even touch him, stepped on his foot. You know what I'm saying? We didn't challenge it, but whatever. And then we got Anderson pitching tomorrow, who's been kind of a big game pitcher in the postseason. So I'm like I say, I'm at about a 5-6 just because it's the Braves, it's a Georgia team, and we known for tricking games away. But I really believe if we can get to the sixth or seventh tonight with a 2 or 3 run lead, we're gonna win it just because of our bullpen.
Yeah, let's not forget 28-3. I know that that's not baseball, but it still has something to do with Georgia sports altogether. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, so 28-3. So y'all are known for choking. I mean, it's 3-0
Absolutely.
right now, but somehow I feel like Houston put a make a push here.
Yeah.
But
Well,
honestly, Atlanta should win because of the edge in pitching. I'm surprised that Houston has made it this far with the lack of depth that they have with their starting pitchers, honestly.
yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
you guys should be
Yeah.
worried. If I was a Braves fan, my concern would probably be at a 4, maybe, because honestly, you
Yeah.
guys are the better team. What are you doing? Putting
Yeah.
on makeup?
Nah, man, I
What,
gotta
what,
put on
what
some chapstick, man. My bad, dog. Like, yeah, man. Like, what? Damn, Pete, what is this tonight, man? Just going in over. You know, and the sad part is, I was gonna congratulate you on getting selected to be the head coach of the at that NBA tournament, man. And now here you go, just going in on me, man. So you know what? I think
I'm sorry. We'll
I'm
say that for last. I'm sorry, man. But go ahead on, man. Hey, that's it. You're up.
So yeah, nah, man. But first of all, man, again, man, congratulations on getting selected for that position, man, for that first inaugural tournament that you guys are having down there in Minor Al's neck of the woods. Obviously, you and I, like you said earlier, we coached together, so I know you're gonna have those guys ready, man. Your resume speaks for itself, man. So real talk, that's a real good accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? But back
Man,
to
I
kind
can't
of
wait.
fantasy football. Hey, back to fantasy football. You know, man, I was kind of talking a little bit, but you know, I didn't expect Derrick Henry to produce nothing. Um, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and now I got to kind of figure out that because he is out for the year. But anyway, fantasy football, that's another topic at another time. So we'll jump right in it, man. I don't know if you was able to check it out or not, but the first CFP rankings came out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a shocker on who was number one. And I ain't saying that to be gloating, but obviously Georgia, they just been playing real good football right now. Right now, are you surprised by let's go top 10? Are you surprised by anybody in the top 10, their rankings, and what is your final four in order?
Yeah, Wake Forest. How the hell did Wake Forest ever be in the top 10 in football? I was
They
really
gave
shocked
up.
when I saw that. I
Okay.
was I was really shocked that I saw Wake Forest because quite honestly, I never knew that they were. I don't pay attention to Wake Forest football. I don't even pay attention to Wake Forest basketball anymore. I know they're in the ACC, but they've sort of been like a doormat program. So kudos for them. You
Yep.
look at the top 10. You got Notre Dame there at number 10. Oklahoma's at number 8, who I felt honestly could have been in the mix for a 4 or 5 slot. Then we have Michigan at 7. Personally, I would take Michigan out of the top 10 and replace them with Oklahoma State because that's what Michigan does. They just disappoint. And moving up the list, we have Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan State, Alabama, Georgia, with Cincinnati coming in number 6. So the first two to me are no-brainers. Georgia has been dominant this year. Best defense in college football. One of the best defenses we've seen in a while. Alabama, due to their resume, and it is Alabama, no problem with those guys being number 2. Michigan State at 3, Oregon at 4. If Oregon is at 4 and Cincinnati undefeated is at 6, pretty much Oregon wins out. Cincinnati doesn't have a chance. I feel like Sparty's going to lose a game to Ohio State, so Sparty will fall down. But I'm just sort of surprised where Cincinnati is because all you ever hear is how everybody wants to get one of these non-Power 5 teams into the mix. And now that we have a chance, I think the true politics are coming into play that we really don't want one of those teams. So to wrap this up, looking at my final four right now, if I had to do my final four, and now this is just my final four, I would go Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Cincinnati. If I
All
had to
right.
do my final four.
Well, let me ask you real quick about that, right? So they were talking about that earlier about that. So obviously, if everybody holds, well, Georgia's going to Atlanta regardless. Bama, they
Right.
still got, like I say, they still got to navigate that, and that'll get settled the first Saturday in December at the Georgia Dome. So, everybody's griping about Bama right now. If Bama loses, they're out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if they lose by 1 point; they're gone. If Georgia loses, I still think they're in. Now, obviously, the numbers will jump. But I will say I was more shocked about like I say, I think Cincy should have been at about 5, me personally. I'm not really surprised by OU just because of how they played against Kansas and Tulane. So if I had my Final Four right now will be Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, and Cincinnati. I think, like I say, that's how I think it's going to be when it's all said and done.
Okay.
You're up, my man.
Okay. Actually, it's your turn, but I'll go. I think I'll go twice.
I just went.
No, it is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, man, I've been a little bit under the weather today.
Oh,
I had to
Lord.
come home today because I just didn't feel good, but I'm going to power through this, all right?
I got you. Trooper.
Last
Hey,
night,
the flu
Marcus
game.
Smart. No, that's not the flu. Bad chicken.
I got you. Gas station.
No, it wasn't gas station sushi. Last night, Marcus Smart made some comments after Boston sort of unraveled. They were up by 19 points against the Bulls, 14 points going into the fourth quarter, and were outscored 39-11 in that fourth quarter. Lost the game. Marcus Smart basically goes to the podium and basically says that they have an issue with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown taking all of the shots. And he basically said, there's nothing I can do while I'm standing over here in the corner. Now, what's up, Dav? Now, we're not even going to mention that Marcus Smart is shooting 28% from the floor, 29% from the free throw line, and he had 0 assists last night where you're talking about guys that need to pass the ball.
Yep.
But we're not even going to get into all that. So my question to you is, how do you feel about when players go to the podium after the game and even in the press and call out their teammates? Is that doing it good, or is that something that you should always keep in-house?
It's kind of a twofold thing, right? So it also it depends on the kind of team that you have. If you got a veteran-laden team with some good leadership, it's okay to be, kind of slick in the media and say, hey, we need to do some things better. You know what I'm saying? And be indirect of, hey, we as a team, we need to pass the ball better. We need to do these kind of things. But I think kind of single-handedly calling out guys when you're not, when you're not performing at a high level, it ain't like he's shooting 70% from the floor, from the three-point line and things like that. So I have an issue when bums, and I ain't saying Marcus Smart's a bum, but he ain't he's not, I don't even think he's probably the third or fourth option on Boston, goes out there and is calling out, your superstar in Jason Tatum, and then your other star player in Jaylen Brown. So I have an issue when you do those kind of things. But I wouldn't have an issue if Tatum is up there calling them out and again bringing himself into it and saying, hey, we need to play better. I need to pass the ball more. We as a team need to play defense. We need to do some things better. I have an issue with that. If they don't do that, you know what I'm saying? It's just those things that you guys need to kind of fix those things in the locker room. And we're seeing a lot of that here this year already with some teams that we thought were going to be playoff contenders already having rifts, and we're not even, 10% through the season yet. The Lakers, Boston, who was it? It was somebody else the other night. They had kind of a riff. I think it was it wasn't Phoenix. It might have been the Clippers. I can't remember, but you know what I'm saying? We're just kind of seeing those things, and these are the kind of things that you see after the All-Star break or right around that time, that Christmas time that we talk about when the season really starts and games really start to matter. So like I said, those guys need to handle that amongst themselves and figure that piece out, before you go out to the podium on that. That's just me.
Just a little feedback that we've got from a couple people. One of them is Mike Richardson, been knowing him for a long time. One of the coaches for the All Air Force team, and then our guy Preston OG. Mike Richardson feels like Marcus Smart needs to shut the hell up. Javon King and a couple other guys said keep it in the locker room. Mm-hmm. And old Preston OG there, old George, agrees. I think that Marcus Smart is wrong for the way he did it. Now, I will say this. I think that those guys should have stepped to the podium because that's part of being a leader. I'm about to
Yes.
wrap this up, but I could get into it because I think Jason Tatum has sort of been anointed a little bit too early. I think him and Brown are a lot closer than people think as far as who should be the face of that team. And I think that that's also an issue that Boston had. And Tatum sort of acts like
He's elite.
he is the one, and he's the guy that has to shoot,
Yep.
where sometimes he needs to defer to Brown a little bit more. But Boston has, I think that's what's underlying. But I do agree with Rich. I would have never kept Marcus Smart because I feel like he's a role player, nothing more,
Yeah.
nothing less. And I just don't like that the guy's attitude. Never
Well,
have, never will.
well, like I say, Brad Stevens invented basketball before Naismith, and I'm surprised he can't get these guys to, play together and have enough shots to go around for everybody. So that right there, kind of puzzles me.
All right. Here's the next question. Okay. The NFL trade line was today.
Okay.
Very uneventful.
Yep.
And the NFL trade line is different, except for the Rams getting in and getting a hold of Von Miller, because the Rams
Okay.
obviously don't care about draft picks, because that's just sort of what they do. They're like, we'll worry about that later. Besides that, very uneventful. A lot of it, I tell people, it has to do with the dead money on NFL contracts. It's not like the NBA where you trade a player, okay, he's off the books. NFL, that
Yep.
dead money, depending on what you did with bonuses, will still kill you. And I think that's
Exactly.
what hurts a lot of trades. But let's just say, in a perfect world, you were able to make 2 trades today.
Okay.
What 2 trades do you think should have been made today?
Now I'm assuming that goes to Von Miller did not already go to he hadn't already gone to LA, right?
Yes, he's already gone. So give me 2 trades.
Okay, 2 other
The
trades
Von Miller
besides
one
him.
don't count. Right.
Okay, gotcha. Damn. Man, I would have, if I'm Kansas City. I know they went out and got Melvin Ingram, but this ain't the Melvin Ingram from 10 years ago.
I think he has 5 tackles this year. Yes, and
Yep.
he's hurt.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I would have called Atlanta. If I'm Kansas City, I would have called them about Grady Jarrett or Deion Jones, because those are guys that are available if you listen to Atlanta. And Grady Jarrett, in my opinion, would have made a difference on that defensive line for Kansas City to kind of get some pressure up the middle and kind of free up those outside guys to do that. And and going back to that, if I'm Miami, I'm making the trade for Deshaun Watson, man. Damn it all. I got to make that, because I believe that he's going to play, and I think Houston's just, I don't know what the hell Houston's doing, man. They're just, those guys ain't been the same since Bill O'Brien was hired. But again, you get a guy in there that I think is better than Tua. I think he's going to be acquitted of all these charges at the end of the season, and then Houston's going to trade him in, and his value is going to be down. And the other, like I say, the other thing I would have did, it seems like Denver was kind of going, they're kind of having not a fire sale, but you're getting rid of probably your best defensive player. If I'm Tennessee, I call him and ask him for our guy Melvin Gordon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's no Derrick Henry by any means, but at the end of the day, I think you could have got him for maybe a third round, maybe a fourth round pick somewhere in there, and he would have been a vast upgrade over the 40. Hell, I don't even know how old AP is, but he would have been an upgrade over him. So now we really gonna see if Tannehill has kind of turned the corner as a quarterback, and not just rely on Derrick Henry when those guys are putting 8-9 guys in the box.
I don't think I don't think that Adrian Peterson was the answer, and I agree with you on Melvin Gordon. The thing with Denver, if you look at they've been splitting the runs between him and the rookie Williams this year, they seem hell bent on that 50-50 timeshare.
Yeah,
which I really don't think makes any sense. And I do agree that would have been a good call. Odell Beckham, George, I got a place for him. I think if I was the Saints or the Packers,
that's what I was going to say.
I would have called up and asked for Odell Beckham. I was thinking more of the Saints, but I know they've lost Jameis Winston, right?
Yep.
So they're probably going to be going back to the Taysom Hill experience.
Whenever he gets uninjured.
But, yes, Milt is a fool. We all know that, Mike Richardson. Milt's Navy coach there. He's going to be representing the Navy in the tournament we're going to be doing. Real good brother, and he also knows his way around a cigar bar. So he all right with me. but I do agree that they needed to move Melvin Gordon. There is no need for them to hold on to Melvin Gordon. They probably could have got a fourth rounder for him, who he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And for an agent running back, that's good. And I think that would have been a better move for Tennessee than picking up the fossil, which is Adrian Peterson, because Melvin Gordon gives you the ability to also have somebody to catch the ball.
He can catch the ball out the backfield, exactly. And like you said, with Odell Beckham, I probably, if I'm Green Bay, I make that phone call too, because now, granted, obviously, you know, they're like 7-0 or something without Devontae Adams, and then they just lost another tight end the other night too. So, I mean, at some point, man, they're gonna be calling TSA for tryouts. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, can any of you guys run the route tree? And I'm like, man, I'm too old, man. I'll give you a slant, and that's it. I ain't going too far in the middle either. I ain't going to the hash.
No. Stay out of the hash.
Absolutely.
All right, you up, brother?
All right, so. This one will go back to kind of what we were talking about players calling out people in the media. It was either a couple of days ago or late last week. The Honey Badger, who has since kind of apologized and recanted on these statements about, you know, calling the Kansas City fans being toxic, which in my opinion is one of those overused words that we'll talk about a little bit later. But my question is it right? Is he right to say that the fans are spoiled? Or, you know, based off of their success they've had the last couple of years, or do fans have the right to be critical when the team that they pay their money for and they root for are playing like ass, for a better term?
I have no problem. The only time I have a problem with fans when they voice their displeasure is if they make it personal, right?
Okay.
When we cross the line, you know, when we get in a person's face, you see it at basketball games, and you're giving them the one finger salute.
Yep.
And things of that, or you get on Twitter and you say things that you would never say to their face.
Absolutely.
Right? You sort of cross the line. Otherwise, if you want to boo, if you want to say, hey, man, you guys are playing like trash, and you pay your hard-earned money, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with fans booing at a game or saying to this place, because they're pros. Now, college players, we give those guys a break, right?
That's where I was going to give you that. But now the college guys, they're getting, you know, they're starting to get a little bit of that NIL money.
Yeah, well, so we might have to get into that, right? They might start getting treated a little bit differently.
Exactly.
But pros, no. That's what you're a pro for. You're going to get that, because when it goes the other way, you're going to get all those accolades, right? You're going to get all those commercials. You're going to get everything, you know, that comes along with that. I just feel like with the Chiefs, they have gotten a little bit spoiled. I feel like they aren't adjusting to the game plan that we saw Tampa Bay put in this Super Bowl. We're going to rush for, drop everybody back, make them work their way down the field. They don't seem to be comfortable doing that. But quite honestly, you know, I think it's something in the media they forget, man. Playing sports is hard.
Yeah.
It really is. No matter what level you do, it's hard. Having a successful year every year is hard. Yes. Nobody's ever done it. Nobody's ever going to do it. You know, somebody mentioned, I forget, Tom Brady went 9 years, damn near a decade, without winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's hard. And if you watch the Chiefs this year, it seems like at least once a game, they just get one of those breaks where the ball bounces in the air and there's always somebody waiting to intercept it.
You know, that's why I'm a big believer, especially in football, all sports, to be honest with you, man, that like when you have a dynasty, it's special, man, because it's not easy to do it, you know, consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like you said, the injuries catch up with you. That's what's happening to Tampa right now. Them guys, like I say, they probably got as many, you know, fifth string cornerbacks as Green Bay has wide receivers right now. So, you know, and you see it in baseball, you see it in basketball. You know, obviously, you know, the Bulls did their run. The Lakers did theirs most recently. I'm trying to think if anybody else has been kind of like up there lately, kind of just, you know, the Spurs had their dynasty. But again, man, those things they're special and they're hard to do because, like you said, man, the other guy on the other side has a say so, and he's a professional too. And he ain't cool with you just running up on him.
Dear Celtics fans, especially Kevin Garnett, no, that was not a dynasty.
No.
Last question for you. This is a good one. I like this one.
Okay.
Give me your top 3 sports movies of all time in order. Top 3.
Top 3 sports movies all time. See, like I say, you kind of messed mine up because I still got 2 questions left, but we'll get to that. All right. Okay. So For me, let's see, man. Like, I'm a football guy, so I'm gonna go. Remember the Titans, #1. I love that movie,
Okay.
man. Like, I just like it when Coach Yo says they will not gain another yard. You
Right.
blitz all night. All right, my man, let's go. All right, so that's
Right.
#1. I like the program #2. The
Okay.
program, okay, and
Okay.
then number three, man, #3 is gonna be hard because it's usually you usually get a top 5, not a top 3. So #3, let's see here. Oh man, let's see. Now
If you don't
that
say any given Sunday, I'm hanging up.
well, I mean, you got to like I say, that would be #4 because I would go
Not
Hoosiers.
Rudy.
No, God,
Hoosiers?
no. I would go. Listen to me now. I'm saying I like Hoosiers just because of Gene Hackman. You know what I'm saying? But any given Sunday shows you the other side of football or sports, of how just grimy it can be off the field. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with the front office and things like that. So you think about it.
Coach Carter? Hoosiers.
Oh man, come on now. Like, I mean, Coach Carter is more of like an educational movie.
Right. Right. Right.
But like I say, as far as like just talking about basketball, hands down Coach Carter, because that is a movie that teaches people life lessons as well. I mean, and then you can get into like blue chips that'll get you into the dirty side of
Recruiting.
college
Right.
sports recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then we can even throw my man Shuttlesworth out there if we want to. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, top 3 for that would be like I said, I'm gonna go. Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans, the program, and any given Sunday, just based off of obviously it's a football. And I mean, if we're talking comedy of movies, I got to throw Major League in there. I love that movie, man.
Classic.
The first one, not with old Wesley. You know what I'm saying? Willie Mays Hayes here, run
Yeah.
like Mays.
Yeah.
But so like I say, those would be my 3 right there. Like I say, I think they all do something. They all bring that aspect and kind of draw you into it. I mean, we can even talk about Glory Road too. Talking about Texas Western and things like that. I actually thought that was
Good
a good
movie.
basketball
Very good
movie as
movie.
well. Um, you
Coach
know,
Carter, Hoosiers, any given Sunday. Man, a lot of I watched Hoosiers like a month ago again. It was a good movie, but I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't fall in my top 3. I might need to
yeah,
reevaluate that.
I got
I
you.
might need to reevaluate that.
I got you. So, like I say, man, so we'll get into these last 2 real quick.
Okay.
They kind of easy. So let's talk about officiating real quick. And
All
that
right.
goes. This is overall sports, right? It's been kind of bad the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is for you: are you ready for robot officials? And are you, or do you want to keep the human factor a part of it? And if you do, would you like to see more accountability with these guys when they're missing blatant calls? And with that, I'm saying is, so there's calls that's made for interpretation, right? So let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about holding and pass interference. Those are
Right.
interpretation calls to me.
Right.
Offsides and false start, those are clear as day. You're
Right.
either on this side of the ball or you're not. So my
Mm-hmm.
question is, like I said, are you ready for robots, mainly in baseball for umpiring? And if not, would you like to see these guys held a little bit more accountable for making just blatantly bad calls?
I do not want robots. I love the human error. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the human factor in officiating.
Okay.
These guys, in most sports, basketball, baseball, and football, it's amazing to me how many times they actually get it right.
Yep.
Because
It's
they will get it
difficult,
right
man.
about 90% of the time. That shit moves fast, man. It
Yeah.
moves extremely fast to make those calls. Now, I do like the piece of holding them accountable,
Okay.
sort of a grade,
Yep.
a grading scale. I understand that they do that for the playoffs and things like that, but maybe you get a grading scale, and depending on your grade, maybe you are relegated to the minor leagues or something.
Yep.
Maybe you have to drop down and call minor league games, or maybe you drop down to the G League and we bring some G League officials up, to call NBA games.
I got you.
Because, that officiating, a lot of it with officiating is temperament, honestly. And
Mm-hmm.
even I notice it on our level. To me, the best officials are always the ones that's consistent. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what it is you're doing, just be consistent with it
Yep.
and have a demeanor to whereas you're approachable and you can explain things.
Yep.
Because I've had officials before to where I'm like, okay, we need a tech right now. and I'm about to get a check on purpose. And I'm trying to get fired up over there, and he comes over and he says everything in a way to where I'm like, okay.
Got
You
nothing.
know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, damn it, man, you took my tech time
Yep.
away from me, right?
Yep.
So I do not want to see referees go to any type of robots
Okay.
anytime soon.
Okay, that's good. And like I say, me either. Like I said, again, I'm down with being consistent, right? Especially with home plate umpires. If you got a wide strike zone, just be consistent with both sides. You know what I'm saying? And it's some people, when you're on the other side of it, when you are doing the officiating, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been on both sides of it, and it's not as easy because things are moving at a fast pace per se. I would like in the NFL or college for football, I would like to see him add one more official out there because I feel like the umpire has way too many keys that he's got to
Too
key
much
on.
responsibilities.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. So maybe one more of those guys, but I like the grading scale. And it's like we used to teach the guys, man, in England, man, hey, don't worry about officiating. Don't let the game come down to that. Because you remember, man, we go to them tournaments in Germany and we just get beat up in there. And the guys will be like, man, they fouling me, man. Hey, play through the contact, man. And like I said, let us worry about that. And
Yeah,
you guys
like
just
the
play ball.
Stuttgart
Oh,
tournament of
man.
champions where they screwed us and it was 8-5.
Yeah.
Nah, I still don't think about that.
Yeah. No,
Or the
me either.
safety championship game when we were up 15 at halftime, and then all of a sudden all hell broke loose that second half.
And then
Should
got
have a
there.
damn you safety championship too. But that's okay.
That's
We're not
another
even
story. That's
we're not
another
even gonna
story.
worry about none of that.
That's
We're not
another
gonna worry
story.
about that.
So like I say,
All right.
I like that. So last one, before we
Okay.
get down to a quick hitter, the word generational is kind of being thrown around a little bit too much, kind of like the word elite that we talked about. So let me ask you this: what is your take on that? And what is to you who is an elite, or excuse me, who is a generational talent and or team that you can think of off? Let's give me 5 generational type players and or teams.
Okay. Hey, Mike Richardson. They did us in, man. It really was like 8-5. They were every chance. First of all, they screwed us. We were supposed to have a bye and not play Ramstein. Ramstein was to play that first game.
Yep.
And then when we got there, all of a sudden the bracket changed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we made a mistake. So we had to play another team while Ramstein sat in the stands chilling just to play them. And we ran out of gas at the end of the game.
Yep.
But if you remember,
we couldn't hit no free throws.
I drew up a play. Not only that, I drew up a play. And in the play, what do we say in the huddle? If the pass isn't there, don't throw it, because it was a backdoor cut. I know you remember the play, and I'm not going to say the guy's name, but what did he do? He threw that damn pass. I'm like, we just talked about this. Like, we specifically said, make sure the pass is there because it's one of them timing plays. And they jumped it, and he threw it right to him.
P, now, I will tell you this before you get into this real quick. Hey, after we missed them free throws, because you remember, man, I would be sitting there on the bench every game, man. I'd just be tick marking how many second chance points we give up and how many free throws we miss. And after we missed them free throws in that game, and that cost us a game, because I think we missed like 5 or 6 down the stretch that could have sealed it for us. The next year, you can ask them guys, man, we ran so much, dog, and we shot so many free throws and we were tired that them next tournaments, dog, we was mopping the floor with them, man. I was like, we will not lose another game because of that bullshit. If we get beat because the other team is better, so be it. But we will not be losing at the damn free throw line. Damn, man, I'm getting fired up now. Hell, I'm coming down there. Let's get in there.
All right. Generational talent. To me, I think generational talent, I look at that as my no doubt Hall of Famers. It's like if I ask you, does this player belong in the Hall of Fame? And your immediate response is yes. But we've gotten to a point now, it's like, does this player belong in the Hall of Fame? And we go, I think so, right? So when I think generational talents, I think of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Deion Sanders.
No Kobe?
And we could go Kobe if we just go in basketball.
I got you.
Deion Sanders, I thought, was a generational talent on a football field.
Absolutely.
Jerry Rice was a generational talent.
Baseball
is a little bit harder for me. because to me, you have to be a 5'2" player. So I'm looking at guys like Barry Bonds,
Okay.
before maybe, the cream, because he didn't know what it was. It was just cream. Just cream.
Hey,
What does
hey,
he know?
he just had some sore muscles.
Yeah, that's all. Just got to get the soreness out. So to me, that's my opinion of
Okay.
generational talent. Generational talent is something that's just at another level. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. And I think we've gotten to the point in sports to where we're starting to water it down. We're starting to drop that
Oh
level
yeah.
down now to where we have to make everybody great.
Or a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I think that's kind of taking some of the luster away from it. You know what I'm saying? So when I think of guys like that, I think of a generational talent like a Peyton Manning. That guy
Right.
was a Walter Payton. You know what I'm saying? A Barry Sanders. Those kind of guys are generational type guys
Not
for me.
Isaiah Thomas. No, Dad, not Isaiah Thomas. Hey, do you know that Joakim Noah finished higher in MVP voting than Isaiah Thomas ever did? I'm from Chicago. We don't rock with Isaiah Thomas. That was a cool stat. I can see that look on your face. We don't claim Isaiah Thomas. We don't claim Dwayne Wade. Pete Rose, yes, generational. And we don't claim Kevin Garnett.
Nah,
It's just that simple. We don't
nah.
claim those guys.
So
I agree with you, too, on Pete Rose. They're rich.
give me your 5 generational teams that you've seen play. Not live, just overall. That was just like, damn.
For a single season?
Yes, single season.
Okay. I would go my 85 Bears.
Okay. Now, Pete, hold on now. Hey, we don't need to get back into like the 60s when you was born and everything, and you was watching like those Notre Dame teams out there. That's what talking bad about me earlier, just FYI.
Okay, fair enough.
I got you.
That's why I gave you that work last week.
That's
so
fine.
We're gonna go 85 Bears.
Okay.
96 Bulls.
Okay.
Let me think here. The Niners team. I'm trying to remember what year. I've not been the 88 Niners.
When they went 15-1?
Right.
Okay.
See, I could name a couple Bulls teams, but I don't want to do that. Those other two, the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys, but one year that I want to say it was the first year they won a Super Bowl under Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
I thought that was a generational team.
Okay.
And the last one, I'd say the 86 Mets, because I thought that was just one of the greatest teams ever put together. And when you watch the 30 for 30, I like them even more.
I got you. All right. So I'll give you my 5 real quick. Like I said, I'll go 2001 Miami Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go I'm going to go 2001 Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I'm going to go, was it 90? I think it was 99 New York Yankees, and I hate the Yankees, but they was just filthy across the board. I'm going to go 96 Bulls, and then I'm going to go, I want to say, man, I like that Dallas team. I really do. But I got to go with that 49ers team, man, just because they were just out there just doing people in. You know what I'm saying? And so I say that because, like I say, the word generational has been thrown around, and they're talking about, Georgia's got this generational defense this year. Right, LSU had that generational offense a couple of years ago, which maybe they did. And then Alabama from 2011 was just – I think that was probably the – you know what? I'm going to go with that Alabama team from 11 over that 49ers team just because they was just – like I say, they was just doing people in too. So like I say, that's where I'm at with that, man. And the last one, because you got me earlier on that, give me your top 5 all-time sports announcers. No particular order.
Whoa. No particular order. Okay.
Nope.
This is good. Whoa, Nelly, let me tell you about Bo Jackson.
Hey, that guy.
Gotta get Keith Jackson in there.
Okay, right? That's a good one.
from way downtown, Bang.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. I have to put him in there.
Okay. Green, Mike Green.
Right. No, not, you know what? No, let's get rid of him. Because I really don't like him that much. I just like that saying. Let's go with Hubie Brown.
Hubie is good from not just from an announcer standpoint, but also of explaining the game to people, which I enjoy. Because
And
he
I was
talks
about to say, Hubie Brown, back when I was in still my formative years of hooping, I would listen to him talk, and a lot of what he said, I would go in the gym and implement it, and I would go, damn, this shit actually works.
He was actually
especially on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good coach. He was just with some shit teams, to say the least. You know what I'm saying?
Marv
so I
Albert.
like QB. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Gus Johnson.
Okay.
Because everything Gus does is just
he's hype,
bigger than life.
I'm hype. Every time. I don't even like Big Ten games, but when I'm watching Fox and Gus is on there or whatever he's announcing, it's good, man. It's good. I like it.
And my last one, I'll go with the classic John Madden.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go Vin Scully. I'll go with Keith Jackson. I like Marv Albert. I'm gonna go back a little Homer just because obviously the Braves. So I'm gonna go with my man Skip Carey because he did it for so long and he was that. And then the final one is gonna be oh man, what's his name? He got old, man, but just hearing that guy on CBS, man, O'Vern Lundquist when he was back, you know what I'm saying, doing that. I was a big fan. I was a big fan of his. So we
never been a fan of Howard Cosell. Dickie V is more. He's more of
a clown.
Yeah, it's more of a cartoon character. Now prayers up to Dickie V. Hope he gets through everything with with this cancer battle that he's going.
Absolutely.
But as far as just knowing the game, nah, he was more of an entertainer to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Howard Cosell,
I give Howard
Cosell a lot of props for with what he did alongside Muhammad Ali. They were sort of like a tandem there. So yeah, you can't go wrong with Howard Cosell either. You can't go wrong with Howard. I can't fight nobody.
No, I got you.
Yeah,
and like I say, they work. It's
definitely time to go before the Braves might mess around and win because I can't be around for that.
Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, I'm gonna tag you later if I go live in the old TSA. You know what I'm saying? Because again, but I ain't counting no chickens yet, man. And we still got 15 outs to get, man. And we known for doing dumb shit. So
right, there we go.
But like I say, P, man, it was good this week, man. Like I say, I think we had some good stuff. I'll obviously download this video later, put it on the YouTube, and I'll put it in TSA as well. And I tell you, man, I kind of like at the end, man, when we kind of throw that random, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to give a top 5 kind of off the rip about something you don't really have nothing to kind of think about, man. I kind of like that, man. So that's good stuff, man.
All right.
All right, brother. We'll holler at you, man.
Take it easy, Dad. Everybody be safe out there.
Y'all boys be easy. Later on.